Okay, so now what we're going to do is we will create the lean canvas using ChatGPT, then Claude, Gemini, and Perplexity. Okay, so first we're going to generate our problem statement, right? Then, of course, the value proposition canvas, which we've already done that. And those of you who haven't signed yet, you can actually sign up ChatGPT, then Claude, Gemini, Perplexity, right? And you can use, the free version of them. Okay, so here are the prompts that I've created. These prompts are very simple. So for the problem statement, uh, what I'm mentioning is create a problem statement for a startup that is into the education space. I see a lot of talented teachers, so some idea I have, and that's what I have presented. Okay, wonderful. And then prompt 1, 2, 3, and 4 are basically from your first session, the problem statement, right? And so let's see how it actually goes. Okay, and wonderful. So what we will do is let's first do this, right? And simply copy paste it here and hit enter. And then let's go here, copy paste it here, hit enter. Let's come to Gemini, copy paste. This is all pasted here and then paste it here. Okay, let's see. It's very quick. So see, ChatGPT has actually presented that India has a large pool of highly knowledgeable, talented teachers. So it's given some kind of background. And then there is a core problem also that it has mentioned. The great teachers know how to teach, but many lack the ecosystem tools and support. So this is good articulation if you can actually look at. And then there's some note that this positions the startup as more than an edtech platform. It could become an education brand. So it has given its own opinion, which is good. Let's come to Claude. In Claude, you have a problem statement. India has thousands of exceptional teachers and professors who are subject matter experts with strong pedagogy, all that, trapped inside institutional roles that offer no path. So somewhere it has actually given that they're not getting a good platform and so. And then there is a core problem that great teaching talent in India remains all. And then there's a reason for that. And who this affects, school and college faculty, and so very specific course. So it has given quite detail, like who is facing the problem, what is the exact problem, what is the current result. So India loses visibility into so many things. The opportunity is a venture that gives talented uh, uh, you know Indian educators a structured low friction something, all that. Okay, wonderful. So here are these things that it has actually given. Let me now go back and yes. So if you look at Gemini, Gemini has called it as executive summary. In India, millions of exceptional teachers, professors, subject matter. So starting is quite similar to that of Claude. They're trapped behind institutional glass ceilings despite world class. So quite similar, and then deconstructing the problem, digital to go to market gap, Indian market context, core pain points. So if you look at Claude and Gemini, they look quite similar, right? Let's see what this Perplexity has done. Much similar. It is, in fact, yeah. So looks like quite verbose, but still detailed. Then there is a context also. There is a systemic challenge, then impact of the problem, opportunity. Okay, so if you look at the same prompt, but ChatGPT has presented in this manner, but other three have given quite detail. So the choice is yours, what you want to actually do. So let's do one thing. We'll quickly go to and then we'll just paste prompt number 1 and let me paste it here. So I am a, let's say, 11th grade student in India, and I noticed this problem. And let's describe the problem. So what we will do is we will describe. I notice in my life the above problem. Let me just change the above problem. Okay. So it will pick it, and then I've removed the colon mark. Okay, wonderful. And let me just copy this, because the same I'm going to paste it here and in Gemini as well, and now in Perplexity. Okay, let me start hitting enter. Okay, wonderful. And okay, so let's wait. Let's see. So it has understood what problem it is, and it is presented in a table kind of sense. Because let's read the prompt. The prompt is very simple. Expand this problem into 3 different startup angles I could build around. For each angle, you have to describe specific user, what they struggle with, and one possible direct solution. Okay, so startup angle is discover great teachers. Second one is build teacher brands, and third one is match students with right teacher. So look at the specific user, what they struggle with, possible solution. Okay, the important difference. So angle 1, if you look at discovery, there are great teachers, but students can't find them. Angle 2. So for a student founder, angle 1 could be particularly interesting. It's also giving which one is actually the best one to choose. Let's come here. Right. And it is first appreciated. Then angle 1 is the teacher spotlight micro platform, specific user. Then, so what it has done is, if you look at, it has presented in the form of a table. And here it is not presented in form of table, but rather in paragraph. Okay, angle 1 complete detail, angle 2 complete detail, angle 3. A good next step is to pick whichever. Right, is already angle 1 is the easiest to test with zero cost. So it has actually given, if you choose angle 1, it's not the best maybe, but it will be very easy to do that. So this is also a very important insight. Let's look at Gemini. Gemini is also appreciated. Yes, much similar to in terms of format. Yes, the Shopify for teachers. Now, this is also a good way to understand. If you may recall, in Lean Canvas, we had something called high level concept. And that's what I think this is the right thing. So, high level concept is because you're new to the startup world, nobody knows. And if you have to explain it to a common person or do a branding right at the beginning, the best way is compare it to a very big or well known startup or company. Right, and then explain. So Shopify for teachers. Now Shopify, everybody knows what it is, right? It becomes easier. So this is angle 1. Similarly, angle 2, the teacher discovery and curation. So if you may go back to, so there was discover great teachers, right? Okay. And the educator agency and brand incubator. Let's see. So there's a quick comparison that it has done. Wonderful. And right. So here it has actually given implications. So if you deep dive into angle 1, no code tech stack for teachers. Angle 2, student discovery. Okay, wonderful. So we can choose any of them. The last one is the perplexity. Again, right? Mini brand studio for individual. So it has started with a solution sort of, right? Who is the user? What is the visibility and the possible? Teacher student matchmaking plus trust layer. Good. And student led. So this looks like well researched. Wonderful. And here also there's a table. If you tell me which one you like, right? Okay, it can actually create a 90-day action plan. There are follow-up. So if you click, it will actually give you the other details. Anyway, I am not interested in that. What I'll do is now, I will just choose prompt number 2 and I'll go back to my ChatGPT. Let me paste it here and let me read it again. So find 3 data points or statistics that prove the that prove that the above problem is real and it affects people in India in 2026. Include the source name for each. Wonderful. Okay, so this is what it is. And as usual, I will just copy this. Let's come back. Wonderful. Let's paste it in Gemini again, and then in Perplexity. Okay, so let's hit enter. Here also let's hit enter. Here also let's hit enter. And this is our last one. Wait for a few seconds and let's see what it does. It's still searching. Yes, and it says there isn't any, and there's a data point, what it tells us, and then there's a source. So UDIAC plus data, then your Boston Consulting, India Brand Equity Foundation, IBF. Yeah, so good. So if you look at the first data point, India has crossed 10 million school teachers. Wonderful. So looks like it has got some cutoff, like 2024. It's not able to exactly give 2026 data. Put these together, they reveal an interesting opportunity. It's doing its own analysis. 1+ core teachers. Many possess valuable expertise. So the hypothesis is India doesn't necessarily lack teachers. It may. Okay, it's trying to back up. One important caution, let's read that. These statistics validate the surrounding market conditions, but they do not yet prove the central point. So for that, your strongest next evidence would be primary research. So which means that you as an entrepreneur will have to actually go out, talk to 20, 30, as many teachers and professors in your vicinity or in your knowledge and your network and validate this data. Because what you see on the internet is, or through AI, you get, the secondary research. Let's look at this one. The coaching industry is large. Okay, India's coaching institutions market size reached to 7.2 billion US dollars. Wonderful. Tier 2, tier 3 teachers are fastest. So it looks like it has given a lot of data. So Claude is giving you enough data, right? Independent tutors income is wonderful. Lot of perspective. So in fact, there are platforms also up. One on platforms like Urban Pro or Beginning Tutor earns this much and stuff. A good next move is you could combine data point 3 with a quick survey of 5 to 10 teachers. It's also insisting you that you do personally and do it. So this is great. Let's see. Wonderful. So 7.2 billion. So if you look at Claude and Gemini are, kind of giving similar kinds of result. At least they start with the same thing. Wonderful. If you look at educator adoption, educator digital adoption, while over 98% of teachers in India recognize the role of digital tech tools, fewer than 15% independent educators possess the technical GTM. So a lot of insights are there. And there's a summary as well. Okay, let's come to this. Right. Now, this is a very interesting case. It says over 10 million teachers, but earn as little as this much India's teaching. So you just see that you're getting different perspectives from all. Why not you combine all of them together and give it to all the four of them? In fact, this will be really interesting if you all can sit for the next 10-15 minutes and do it and see the kind of results that you actually get. Okay. Why it matters. Wonderful. Wonderful. Great. Now, let's use our third prompt because we are interested in creating the how might we statement. We will just go here, click it. Yes, and it says paste your HMV. So far it has not created. Okay. So what you do is create the HMV, how might we, for the above problem statement. And yeah, let me just copy this and let me just go. I'll paste it here. I'll hit enter. Come to Gemini, paste it here, hit enter, come to Gemini, paste it here and hit enter. Okay. Okay, fine. So what it is telling you is, for your problem, the HMV should focus on talented teachers. So it's actually giving. So this is the suggested MVP. How might we enable talented teachers and professors in India to build their own educator brands, reach more students, and create opportunities beyond institutions? Let's see what Claude says. How might we help teachers build their personal brand? Wonderful. And so there are three. A strong HMV sits in a Goldilocks zone, right? Not too narrow, not so. Yeah, so here is the proposed version. How might we empower exceptional Indian educators to launch and monetize their personal teaching brand without requiring tech skills? And so this is much better if you look at, because that was the thought intentionally, that there are a lot of exceptional teachers, but they're not getting platform to, build their own brand. Okay. And let's look at the last one. It says, how might we help talented teachers in India opportunities? Okay, so here is an improved version. How might we enable 1,000 high quality, but under the radar teachers in tier 2, tier 3 cities? Now, this is a better one. It's a simple digital mini brand, and that who can earn this much from online, and great. Okay, and let's look at ChatGPT again. How might we help talented but underserved teachers? Quite similar, right? And professors. But of course, so here I think I will choose the last one. I feel so. Anyway, so let's now look at the fourth prompt, and we'll just click here. We'll come back and we'll just paste it here. And for the above problem statement, right? And Control C, and then I will just paste it here, and I'll just hit enter. Just paste it here. I'll just hit enter, and I'll just hit enter here. And let me come back here and hit enter. And let's wait. So what it's saying is, your current framing, this is ChatGPT, assumes the problem is great teachers want to build brands but they don't have tools, knowledge. So these are some of the assumptions challenged here. Great teachers need help building brands. Maybe the real problem is not visibility but entrepreneurship. The contrarian view. So the reframed problem is, excellent teachers in India have limited opportunities to translate teaching quality into. So you look at the problem itself into the great reach, right? Where we were saying that there's hardly any platform, but here it says they have limited opportunities, recognition, and income without. It's not exactly focusing on a particular platform or something, right? And how might we help exceptional but under? Okay, perfect. Look at this. It's not a branding problem, it's an intensive capture problem. Yeah, fill one teacher. It's a still good way to test all three of them. But right now, okay, great. Let's move to Gemini. There's a frame one, operational burnout, contrarian reality, which we also saw this kind of phrase here in ChatGPT. Then the trust and curation frame. And yeah, wonderful. So in this case, I think Gemini looks better so far in terms of articulation, but let's look at Perplexity. Yeah, so here also it says they don't have leverage. So what is missing is, okay, problem, right? I think what I see here is from the past two prompts that uh, Perplexity is giving uh, responses with a lot of data and numbers. It's very specific. Okay, let's choose the Now what we are going to do is we are going to create value proposition canvas. Okay. Canvas for this, for the above HMW and present responses. I think this is better. Uh, for the above improved version, because they had improved versions. Version of. Okay. So Control C and let's hit enter. Let's come to Claude. Let's paste it here. Then let's paste here and let's paste here. Okay. Wonderful. Right. So this was the improved version in case of ChatGPT, and here are the three things. Okay, customer segment. So if you can recall, the prompt has present your responses in 3 short bullets, because this is the customer job. So here the customer, which is the faculty, the teacher, the mentor, is saying, I want to reach and teach more students. I want to build professional visibility, and these are the pains, these are the gains. Similar is the value proposition. Okay, educator platform for profile, pain relievers, simplify technology, gain creators. Let's come to this. So here the teacher is actually saying, teach effectively and build reputation, no time, skill, confidence, simple. So a little different. Let us see. Deliver high quality teaching, build. Yeah, so what it has done is it has actually given very short headings, very easy to read. Monetize pedagogy fairly, technical overwhelm. That's a pain, right? And what's the value proposition? Zero code storefront creator. Very good, because the teacher doesn't know how to code here. That's the assumption. Then pain relievers, gain creators. Okay, we'll come to this. So here is the how might we. Okay, so it has done in a very simple manner. Jobs, pains, gains, teach effectively, low and irregular. So you can choose this as well. This has got a lot of numbers. So one page teacher profile builder, ready-made content templates. Okay, so you can decide. Wonderful. And then let's say, now comes the last one, that is create the lean canvas. So we will create the lean canvas, all the 9 things. Wonderful. And here we don't have to edit anything. Okay. Yes. Yeah. So very beautiful it has presented. ChatGPT, education brand and growth platform. If you look at the problem box, excellent educator. So you can, if you're convinced, you can simply copy and paste there. Otherwise, you can edit. You look at the unique value proposition. You focus on teaching. You focus on teaching. We help the world discover you. Great. So discoverable and credible. Okay, recognition. The solution is create professional educator profiles, digital presence, unfair advantage. Yes, number of active educators and all that. So far I'm not seeing any number here. Maybe let's proceed here. Yeah, problem is talented teachers of customer segment, solution, channels, revenue, structure, unfair advantage. You're inside the system, a student, direct trust, first mover relationship with great. Cost structure is very simple. You own timing, filming. Okay. Basic equipment, phone. Okay. So how to record the video also, I think it's basically saying. Yes, here I can start see a lot of percentage, 80 to 90%, class 11th and 12th, JEE NEET. So Indian context is there. 10 minutes storefront builder. Then there are some channels. In fact, it has actually given. So I think it's largely focusing coaching institutions. From that perspective, Gemini has created this entire thing. AWS, GCP. This is Google Cloud basically, and AWS Cloud. Server costs, yes, because you have to create videos, host it somewhere, or save it somewhere on the cloud, right? Payment processing, ways of pay. Okay, good. GMV again, education retention rate. Unfair advantages, localized educational workflows. Okay, let's come to our last one. Teachers earn low, okay, they lack. Okay, so if you actually look at all the four of them are not exactly the same, right? They're talking about teachers. One is actually talking about teachers in tier 2, tier 3 cities, want to make them, earn additional 10 to 12,000 per month, and likewise, right? Yeah, so revenue stream is very good, monthly subscription. In fact, the price has also been set, transaction fee, cost structure, right? Very good. Key metrics, okay. Unfair advantage, local language, great. So this is how your lean canvas, you can actually finish it. And once you're finalized, you can go to anti-gravity, give it, and it will create a very nice platform for you. Okay. Thank you very much.